Yes.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I know
Hello, how are
it's the
you?
first time, so it's always a bit scary, isn't it? But you are here now, and that's what's important. I already introduced myself to the viewers, Cordula, and I would like to introduce you. Maybe you should do it, but I can tell a little bit about you. So, Dr. Cordula is dermatologist. She is German, but she works and lives on the beautiful island of Mallorca. We're all a little bit jealous of you. I know so many
Good
years.
morning,
Yeah,
everybody.
the first time I met her was like ages ago, I think. But yes, so the reason I invited Cordula, Dr. Cordula, for this talk is because she is an amazing dermatologist, and she can give you such good advice on skincare. A lot of my subscribers, Cordula, and probably the viewers here, struggle with skincare, and these are people of all ages, all genders, both genders. So I thought it would be a good way to give people some real advice, professional advice, because what you read in magazines can be very confusing and misleading, very commercial at times. So I think you are the best person to talk about skincare. I'm not going to go specific. I'm going to let you do your talk. I do have questions for you, quite a lot of questions,
That's good.
but maybe we'll cover the answers already. So I'm going to let you do the talking now, and we will be listening.
Thank you so much, Carla, and good morning, everyone. Sunny greetings from Mallorca. So we have like 20 degrees here. The sun is shining, and of course, what's so important in skincare is the sun protection. Yeah, so this is the crucial thing for everyone. So starting from children, to the higher ages, men, women, yeah, so sun protection is the most important thing. And don't start with a low SPF, always start with a high one. So start with a 50 plus, so then you're well protected for the whole day. This is, for me, the key, in skincare. And then, of course, it depends on the age groups. Yeah, so I mean, there has been a lot of research done, and a lot of proofs of active ingredients that are recommended. And this is something we follow as dermatologists, of course, because I know the market is huge. There's a lot of product. People spend a lot of money in it. And not everything is working and is really doing anything on the skin. Yeah, so for me, let's say starting from an age group of 40 plus, we always recommend ABC plus. Yeah, so it's very easy to remember. ABC plus, which means 3 vitamins. So vitamin A, which is retinol. Yeah, retinol is the strongest anti-aging weapon, which stimulates the turnover of our cells. And that's something that should everybody use, let's say from an age of, yeah, you can start in the 30s already to use it. It has to be used in the evening always. Yeah, then the second is vitamin B3, niacin. This is pretty new, that we use it in a high concentration on the skin, up to 20%. And it has shown on studies that it can prevent skin cancer, white skin cancer. So this is especially for people who are already suffering from pre-cancers, from actinic keratosis, but also the ones who know they had a lot of sun in their lives, and they can protect with niacin very well. It also helps to combat pigmentation. And the third one is vitamin C. That's a strong antioxidant. This helps our cells from aging. Yeah, so it neutralizes the so-called free radicals, which are the active molecules of oxygen that actually destroy our cells. And vitamin C should be something that we use in form of a serum every morning before applying the sun protection. So these 4 things for me are the crucial things. And then you can add, of course, depending on the skin type, if you have a dry skin, then you might need hyaluronic acid as a moisturizer. If you have oily skin, then of course you need to adapt to a rather oil-free moisturizer. and combine it with this, you know, but anything else is an extra.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Wow, that was a mouthful. I think, well, the good thing is that people can watch this video later and go through it again, because yes, it's a lot of information, useful information. You are mainly talking about people older than 30 to start with this, but what about the younger ones? What about young children? I'm sure we have a lot of mothers, young mothers listening here. So yeah, can you give some advice how young you should start and with what? With children?
Children should use sun protection. Yeah, so there are special products for children. They use different filters. Yeah, different UV filters, which are mainly made for children. And of course, what's the most important thing is to really avoid redness and sunburns on children. Yeah, because we know that the damage that the skin experiences in the childhood has a really huge impact on the risk of later skin cancers. Yeah. And then when we come to teenager age, of course, that this is an age group which can be prone to acne. Acne itself is a disease which should be treated with the help of a dermatologist. We get a lot of patients, you know, they come with a bunch of products and there's so much around, and we have so many influencers, you know, recommending another new product, and it's quite difficult, you know, to understand, you know, it for the teenager group. So please see a dermatologist. Skincare alone cannot treat acne well if you have a proper inflamed stage of acne. So then it's a proper disease which requires laser treatment, which might require medication as well. Yes, so please consult a dermatologist. You can save a lot of money and he will give you the right skincare for your skin type. Of course, acne is usually a condition that responds well on AHA, so on glycolic acid, on salicylic acid, on antibiotics. Yeah, try to avoid soaps because they can be comedogenic on your skin. Yeah, if it comes to sun protection, you should use an oil-free sun protection. Also, when you buy makeup, you know, which you can, when you have acne, make sure you always clean the skin well in the night before you go to bed, you know. So there's a couple of important things that you should follow, but please consult a dermatologist, because we see really a lot of people, you know, they go through it, through their acne treatments themselves, or they consult a GP, you know, who's not really specialized in it, and then they suffer already from acne scars, or they are really frustrated from the long way without getting better.
Yeah, well, I can definitely confirm this, because this is actually how Cordula and I met when my son was 15 years old, almost, well, over 10 years ago. He suffered from severe acne and I consulted Cordula, and, you know, in 6 months it was cleared. We followed the strict rules you gave us, and yeah, it was true. So yes, I totally agree, because we also tried so many things before we, but definitely. So I think that answered one of my young clients' question. I sent the question to you yesterday, Cordula, and I think you completely answered it. Yes. And another maybe group of people that we should not forget to talk about is our males,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And a few times already on my app, I had some comments from males. Oh, why are you always talking about women things? Us, please. So yes, I'm standing up for them right now.
Okay. No, that's good, and
Yeah.
I'm really happy.
Any difference in skincare for men? Because I guess they're a bit more hairy than we are, so it might be different. So I'm gonna let you do your thing about that.
So biology has been quite unfair, no? Because men have a different skin than us women. You know, their skin is a lot more resistant. It's a lot thicker, and they don't really need so much skincare like we do. Yeah. So we, as women, we have because of the hormonal changes that we go through, and just a different texture, the smaller collagen tissue or the thinner collagen tissue, the different collagen pattern, you know, they just require us more to do to maintain the collagen. So men, in fact, they also have to use sun protection. That's crucial as well, because they suffer more from from skin cancer than women do.
Oh.
But when it comes to the aging process, they are actually more lucky and have to do less things. But we also recommend them to use retinol once a week at least, you know, to combat skin cancer or to prevent skin cancer, and aging and hydration, because they also sometimes suffer from dry skin. So a hyaluronic acid would be also good for our male friends. But they usually don't need so many moisturizers, you know, because they don't suffer from the same skin condition as we do.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Maybe I will go to my questions. I'm gonna look away from the screen because they are on another screen. So I would like to go to the questions that I was asked to ask you. Well, the first one was answered about the acne, but then I also have a 39-year-old lady client, and she's really specifically asking which peptide should be used in her daily routine.
Well, peptides are quite a new thing, so there's a lot of research going on. There hasn't been so much proof yet about the efficacy, yeah, but it seems, I mean, peptides are small chains of amino acids, so they are the building bricks of proteins, yeah, which like collagen and elastin, and they seem to have a good effect on the collagen's production, on firmness, on elasticity, but there is a lot of different peptides available, different groups as well. So we have like signal carrier peptides, for instance. So some of them seem to help in wound healing. Others might rather help in stimulating collagen. You know, so copper plays a big role here. So especially in wound healing, and carnosine has already some good studies as well that it really combats skin aging. But there's a lot of science and a lot of scientific studies going on. So I think in the next few years we will hear a lot more about peptides.
Okay. I also have a few 6+ ladies training with me, and they are already past menopause, which is again a different stage of life,
Yeah.
and they struggle also with their skin. It changes a lot. So, is there anything specific for this age group, and then specifically this gender, these ladies, that we can tell them to do?
So what happens after menopause? The skin usually gets dry, flabby, so we lose collagen, right? So we lose shape, yeah, on the face. So of course, retinol should be a must, you know, for everyone in this age group. Hyaluronic acid is also very important to rehydrate the skin, also to plump the skin a little bit, but that is definitely an age group which also requires other procedures like lasers, like fillers, like skin boosters. I mean, there is a lot going on the skin booster market. Yeah, so we use very great products. You know, I don't want to mention anything because this is not a commercial life here, but things that we inject that help to maintain our collagen and that help also to build up new collagen fibers. Yeah, so this works really well and we achieve supernatural results. And combining this with, for instance, a picosecond laser or frax lasers, you know, achieve really good things. Yeah, so skincare alone will not do the job, but of course it's important, you know, on in the daily routine.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I was lucky to receive one of your laser treatments not too long ago, and yeah, I'm super satisfied with it, and it's not invasive. Yeah, I think it's definitely something that people my age should consider. Um, what I also wanted to ask you specifically, because it's a question from one of my clients about age spots. Even younger people, I don't think you have to be 60 to have age spots. Can they be treated with non-invasive? Yeah.
I mean, the best to treat age spots is laser IPL. So we use energy-based based devices like an IPL, or we use special lasers that have a good absorption in melanin, so in the brown pigment. And this is usually treated in one session, maximum 2, and you will experience a beautiful skin. So I don't recommend to start with any topicals, because they won't be as efficient as a laser is.
Okay, yeah, I get that. A question that I myself found a bit strange, but I have to ask you because it was from a client. She said it's a hype now to use Vaseline on your face at night. Have you ever heard that? And what is that doing for your skin? Sorry
Well,
to ask.
to be honest, I've never heard from this hype, but Vaseline is a very old oil-based product. It's an occlusive, yeah, so which means it really seals the skin. It's been used in dermatology over many years in the past for atopic eczema, or after skin resurfacing treatment. So when you really want to stimulate the healing process, the epithelialization of the skin. On daily use, I don't think it's very pleasant to apply it, to be honest. I think there's so more better products on the market, so better moisturizers that provide the skin with moist and also with good active ingredients. I'm not convinced about it, but the idea behind it is actually that you seal the skin and to keep the moisture in the skin. Yeah, but most of the times the problem is that the moisture is not there. Yeah, because when we get older and when we live in sunny climates, our skin dries out. So we need to provide the skin with sufficient moisture first. So this is actually the key point. Yeah, so yeah, maybe this is not the best.
Last question about skincare from one of the subscribers actually is about masks. This question just came in. So sheet masks are quite popular. They can, they can be used for many different reasons, I think, but it's just a sheet with a product in it, right? Is that useful? Is it helpful?
I think it's a great thing to use if you have the time, and if you really, for instance, after a training, it's like a short home wellness. Yeah. So if you take your time for that, I think it's a great thing. I wouldn't have the time, to be honest. In my skincare, it has to be fast. I can't sit down for 15-20 minutes to have it work. But those masks, I think, especially when you have a nice event coming up, and you want to prepare the skin for it, it's a great thing to do. So they are based on retinol, they're based on hyaluronic acid, so on collagen. There's a lot of different masks. Most of them come from Korea, and they're really, really very advanced in their skincare as well. Yeah. So no, I think it's good for people who have time.
Okay. Well, I'm sheet masks. I like to use bed at night, and it relaxes me, and I think it's the best time of day to do it. I think that's it for the questions. Is there anything that you ask to this general talk about skin, Dr. Cordula?
I sometimes can't hear you very well, but is there anything else you said?
No, I said these are the questions that were
okay.
And so I don't have any more questions from subscribers. Is there anything that you would like to add to this talk about skincare?
No, I mean, my daily work is to talk to a lot of patients, and we see a lot of skin cancers. So I really ask everyone to change their skin routine if they're not using it yet. Yeah, so please always use sun protection, a high factor, which is not going to help the damage that the skin already has, but it helps the skin from future damages. And also the antioxidants, so the vitamin C, this should be also a must to use both in the morning. Then your skin feels very well protected. Yeah, and evening time is regeneration time. So in the evening, we apply the active ingredients that help our skin to repair, to regenerate, like retinol, like hyaluronic acid, AHA peptides, so this should be the concept actually for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do see some more questions coming in.
Okay.
If you have time, Dr. Cordula.
Yes,
Anything
of course.
for pores? Someone asked. Anything for open pores?
Anything for open pores. To be honest, just a skincare is not able to close the pores. Yeah, so I mean, this requires procedures like lasers. Yeah, so we use lasers like the Frax laser, we use the picosecond laser that really help to minimize pores. But in terms of skincare products, I don't think they are efficient enough to really close the pores, but of course they can clean pores. Yeah, so products based on salicylic acid, when you have an acne prone skin which is rather keratotic, then salicylic acid or HA can help to clean them. Yeah, but actually to close them we need different lasers.
Okay. I have one more question coming in.
Okay.
Sorry. A lady, she's asking, what do you think about using bakuchiol? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, instead of retinol. Honestly, I've never heard of this. It's spelled Bakuchiol.
Well, there's a lot of discussion about the vitamin A and its derivatives. Yeah, so vitamin A has a lot of derivatives like tretinoin, like retinoic acid, or the pure retinol. Some of them can cause more irritation than others. We personally would always recommend the pure retinol to use. But in saying that, when you start retinol, it's super important always to use it in the evening and give the skin some time to get used to it. So in the beginning, you can have some irritation. The skin can even peel. I was using mine yesterday, or no, 3 days before, and I started to peel as well. Yeah, so this is quite a normal process, which is not an allergic reaction, which is a typical irritation to it, that happens, once you start. But personally, I find the pure retinol the most tolerable type of vitamin A, which works for most of our patients well.
Yeah, okay. One more question, but I think you answered it already. A 14-year-old girl asks how to have a nice and fresh skin. I think we already talked about that. So unless you want to add something else to this.
Yeah, I mean, acne is the most common skin disease, in the world. But the problem is, lots of people try to treat it, yes, in different ways. And as dermatologists, I mean, we have our protocols that really work well, so that we follow, but they always contain a lot of different things. So it's important to clean the skin well, to eat well, to watch a good diet, because acne is an inflammatory disease. The more sugar you eat, the more you fire, you fire the inflammation of acne. Yeah, so this also has a really important impact on it. So a good healthy diet. Yeah, so then cleaning the skin well every day. Don't manipulate on it, because that will lead to more to an over production of sebum to more bacteria on the skin, and will produce even more inflammation, and the risk of scarring is increased. Yeah, so there's a lot of different things, but please consult a good dermatologist who is really interested in acne, because so in our clinic we have a whole team working on it, you know, and also, a good advice on makeup is important, you know, for acne, because I understand when you're 14, 15, you wake up in the morning with big pimples, and you have to go to school with it, you know, you start to try to do things, but they might not help the whole process. So please see someone who's really following a good and a very advanced and modern protocol in acne.
Well, you already definitely help them with your general advice, definitely. I have a question for you. It's about something else now.
Yes.
Cordula, you started TRX training about 4 or 5 months ago now, I believe. And yeah, I would like to ask you, how is it going? How are you feeling? Do you see any difference? Do you feel different? Do you find time to do it?
Yeah.
Because very busy. So maybe you can tell the viewers, the subscribers, about your experience with TRX training.
So I must say, for me, it really changed my life. You know, I was introduced to TRX many years ago in several gym classes, but I never really liked it, and I thought it was quite hard to do. You know, and then you convinced me to do a class with me, and with you, I'm sorry. And since then I got the idea, you know, I started to feel the change in my body. So I feel a lot more toned. I feel I have less back pain. My weight is a lot more stable, yeah, because of the muscle build up. So it's a great feeling. It's I became addicted to it.
Wow.
I mean, I always try to exercise for 5-6 times a week. Ooh. I don't have much time, I must say, but I always had this routine, but I never felt it was so effective like TRX is. So I love your short classes. I know that you are not a big fan of it, but being a working mom, you know, the time doesn't allow me to do longer classes sometimes. Yeah, but I really feel yeah, much more toned, and also the flexibility has become better. My golf swing has become better because I have a better core work. Yeah, so it's wow, it's amazing. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, so yeah, what you're saying here is everything really. TRX stands for building strength, flexibility, mobility, core strength, mainly core strength. So yes, that's what is there. There's a study that I recently read about resistance training, TRX training. It was a study for 8 weeks. People were training 3 times a week, 60 minutes. And in those 8 weeks, their weight dropped. So they percentage of fat dropped actually. The waist circumference became smaller, and people with high blood pressure, also their blood pressure dropped. And this was in just 8 weeks. So yeah, this proves training is something that we all need from a certain age, definitely, because we lose a lot of muscle percentages, and this starts very young at the age of 35. So yes, we cannot recommend it enough to do 2-3 times a week, a kind of resistance training. And TRX is ideal because you can do it anywhere, anytime.
Yes.
Need an anchor, but that can just be a door, a tree in your garden. You know, it's so. And the only other thing is my app. That's it.
Exactly. So this for me is also a big advantage, because I wouldn't have the time to go to a class, you know. But sometimes I do it in the middle of the night, you know, because I'm a late night person. You know, I start at 10 o'clock doing my exercises, and so it gives you the flexibility and the freedom to do it at any time. Yeah, this is for me a big advantage.
Okay. Well, I have, and that's good news from my side. Exactly today, our ECT Zone app will go live on Play Store, on Google Play. So we launched the app mid-July on App Store, and yes, from today, everyone can use it. So no more excuses. It's there now for everyone.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
I admire you for your energy, Carla. And I mean, training with you, it's really makes me look quite unfit. But no, thank you for doing this all, and you do a lot for the community here. And as you say, I think it's for everyone. You know, everybody can do it. You don't have to be very sporty, and you can start. I mean, from wherever one comes, you know, from the level wherever one comes from. You know, you have classes for everyone, right?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, anyone can start, and yes, your trainer herself is reaching 60 in a few days. So yeah, I think I'm the living example for this, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for this wonderful talk, Dr. Cordula. We learned a lot from you, and I'm going to wait for the reaction of the viewers, of the subscribers. If they want to know more, maybe we can do a next talk a bit more specific. I think laser treatment is something that might scare people, and they want to know more about it before they try. So we can think about maybe doing something more in the future. What do you think?
Yes, I would be very happy to do it. And if you have questions, please come back to us, and we are really happy to hear how you like it. For us, it was the first time, right? So we were a bit nervous, but yes. So please get in touch with us, and I will do my training today. You know, in TRX in the afternoon. So I already planned it.
Reach us. You can reach Dr. Cordula on My Skin Mallorca. That's her Instagram handle. And yes, mine, you know, because you're here. You can find me on ECT Zone. And yes, we're going to wish you all a very good weekend. Thank you for being here, for listening. If you have any comments, you can still send them to us. And I will also post this conversation, this broadcast, as a reel later on both our Instagrams. Okay?
Exactly. So have a lovely weekend. And if you ever come to Mallorca, please come by. You're happily invited to my skin.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Carla. Bye-bye, everybody.